I'm from Sagi University and the DBMP's degree in business management. And today I'm here to do some presentation about the subject that I taken in this sem, which is quantitative and statistical mathematics and statistical method, which is lectured by Ms. Dimishwari. The topic that I chosen today is dataset of prediction quantum. That is about the three key variables, which is blood pressure, heart rate, and cholesterol. So from there, the data set that I taken from Kage website, from there it can be know that the business performance target. So from there, I do the segregation plus about the data set that I chosen. So from there's a 40 set of data, which is I do some mean, median, mode, and standard deviation calculation together. So we will go for more slides. Before that, as per Ms. initially told us that we need to do the correlation methods, metrics, regressions metrics, and coefficients of variations, and also descriptive of statistics. So I already did the calculation based on the Excel sheet as per Ms. initially explaining our classes. So here are some introductions. The data evaluation which is essential based on the understanding of factor which is affecting the business performance, and this analysis routines from the Kegels, and therefore it more focus on key variables. The first thing is cholesterol, heart rate, and blood pressure. If you take it the cholesterol, I go to the under structure of independent variable 1, heart rate is independent variable 2, and blood pressure is dependent variable. And so here about the descriptive statistic of blood pressure. Based on the calculation that we are going to do is mean, median, standard deviation, and mode lah. So I already do in every column. First that I'm going to talk for blood pressure, which is under independent. The mean calculate of the blood pressure, which is equals to 131.75 value. Secondly is the standard deviation calculation is equals to 26.44, and the median value of blood pressure is equals to 134.5, and the mode calculation of the blood pressure is 93, which is a repeated number on the table from the table that I chosen as per the assignment. So the range was 89, which is from 90 until 179. So I go for the second part, which is literacy statistic cholesterol in a independent variable 1. The calculation from the based on the calculation, that answer that I get was mean is 2220.85, standard deviation 42.21, and median calculations was 205, and mode calculation was 271. These are the calculations based on the exercise that I did. So for here go for more hit. So this practice statistic, heart rate and median, heart rate, I will, independent variable of 2. The calculation for mean is 90.375, standard deviation is 18.56, and median answer was 95.5, and mode is 73.73. So based on this, when I do the comparison of the calculation of this data, I can get the evaluation among the standard deviation which measure how spread how the information is from the mean, and the decrease of the fashionable deviation, which means that the statistic is extra everyday and much less scattered. Meanwhile, a better identical vintage deviations accept more than the model inside the values. Beside the cholesterol has the uppermost good size deviations 40.21. So, which is the thing, cholesterol value are very unfold out and plenty which will not much less contrast. In addition, the heart rate such as the bottom in the same NTQ deviations is 56. That means of the heart rate value extra cautiously group and further constants. Furthermore, the blood pressure at moderate preferred deviation 26. So go for the correlations matrix. Correlations matrix beside the blood pressure dependent variable and the cholesterol independent variable one showing result value of negative 0.21 in weak negative correlations. And then in the blood pressure dependent variable and the heart rate independent variable, so value was negative 0.18, meaning weak negative correlation. Thirdly, the cholesterol and the heart rate, the correlation matrix value of 0.22, which it means a weak on positive correlation. So the relationship a number of the blood pressure dependent and the cholesterol independent variable one is a direct horrific chaotic import that has a cholesterol with growth blood stress inclined to barely getting down negative. Moreover, the correlation is so frail and as a result the connections can be not statistically massive and living on an example length. So go for the regression. When we go for the regression based on the heart predictions, quantum data set regression analysis of blood pressure which contain in the multiple R with a value of 0.248, which is weak positive correlation, the R square equals to 0.616 in low explanatory power. Moreover, in form of standard error with a value of 26.30 and the p minus value in the 0.308, which is not statistically significant. So that means based on the observation of the couple R, some same to the 0, 2, 4, 8, and showing that incline the fantastic correlations most of the unique and focus value setup variables under net blood stress and advanced signals that the impartial variables of cholesterol and the coronary heart rate which is no longer powerfully focused the isolation variable. So for the ANOVA is in observation like from the study of the ANOVA test results showing that F as a statistic which is equal to 1.214 and the signification of F 0.308, it means there is a no significant relationship between the cholesterol and the heart rate and also with the blood pressure. So from the observation signification F in the chart 0, this is the P rate associated with the F statistic assessment. Assessment whether or not or no longer the general regression model is statistically large and rigorously specification that the model does not make an easy variance in the structure variable. So go for the coefficients of variation dataset. From the understanding coefficient variation dataset showing the result as per below. Cholesterol CV was 19.12 percentage and the heart rate CV was 20.53 percentage. Lastly, the blood pressure CV was 20.05 percentage. So here the summary of the variability of cholesterol, heart rate and blood pressure. From the study variability of cholesterol displays the high variability and the heart rate as the minimum variability. Besides the weak correlations happen amongst the independent variable and dependent variables. So the regression and the ANOVA test expression with the no signification of predictive power for the blood pressure. So when talking about the manual SI calculation, the SI calculation is given the correct and efficient calculation, but in the manual calculation are provided with a rounding error. So since when using the biggest data calculation, much prefer I can advise is using the SI calculation based on the you have to put in the correct formula, so you can get the answer for it. So in the conclusion, the cholesterol and the heart rate data is related to the projecting power for the blood pressure with the limitation. Furthermore, from the understanding of research with the extra variables on progress to improve in the predictive models with the use of the statistical software, similar as Excel sheet for the biggest data, to get with the correct accuracy. Thank you so much.